श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकर सुधारे। बरनौ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फल चारे। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवारि सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुभेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हरषि उलनाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कौबिद कहि सके कहते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजपत दीन्हा। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय जग सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मैली मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे कोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता अस्पर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुमरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाय जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाय। और देवता चित्त न धरहि अनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ करे कोई छूटहि बंदी महा सुख होय। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जयनाथ हृदय मह डेरा। पवन तने संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुर भूप, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। राधे कृष्ण की ज्योत अलौकिक, तीनों लोक में छाए रही है। राधे कृष्ण की ज्योति अलौकिक, तीनों लोक में छाए रही है। भक्ति विवश एक प्रेम पुजारिन, फिर भी दीप जलाए रही है। भक्ति विवश एक प्रेम पुजारिन, फिर भी दीप जलाए रही है। कृष्ण को गोकुल से राधे को, कृष्ण को गोकुल से राधे को, बरसाने से बुलाए रही है। दोनों करो स्वीकार, कृपा कर जोगन आरती गाए रही है। दोनों करो स्वीकार, कृपा कर जोगन आरती गाए रही है। भोर भये ते साँझ ढले तक, भोर भये ते साँझ ढले तक, सेवा को नित नेम हमारा। स्नान कराए वो वस्त्र उड़ाए, भोग लगाए वो लागत प्यारा। स्नान कराए वो वस्त्र उड़ाए, वो भोग लगाए वो लागत प्यारा। कब तेरी हारत आपकी ओर, कब तेरी हारत आपकी ओर, की आप हमारी और निहारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को, जाने वृंदावन धाम पधारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को, जाने वृंदावन धाम पधारो। Today is a very auspicious day. At different places, we are celebrating this day in various different ways, isn't it? So a very happy New Year to all of you. आज के दिन की सबको हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। बड़ा अद्भुत सा आज दिन है। The minute I got up in the morning, it was very early in the morning, around 1:30. I got up very fresh and energized. And I was on my bed. I did not get up at 1:30 and started running around. But yes, the thoughts were pure. There was manan going on. There was a state of bliss. And I did not know what it is today. But a lot of manan happened, consciously, subconsciously. And at 6 o'clock, when I finally stepped out of my bed, it felt so beautiful and energizing. And later, I found out what this day was. A highly energized, blissful day. So make the most of it. Connect to the Lord. Connect to whomever you believe in. In Sanatan Dharma, there is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. What is Sanatan Dharma? It is the most prachin of religions. It's not even a religion. Sanatan Dharma. Ancient Dharma. Ancient way of life. It is a way of life. And it covers everything. It covers everything. So now, we are currently in the 9th book of Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran. Humble reminder, because we can lose track. We are in the 9th book of Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran, and we are doing the Ramcharitramans. He has such a beautiful charitra that this Bhagavad has only 3 books. 3 chapters dedicated to Sri Ramji. But without touching upon the most important salient features of Ramayana and what made Ramji Ram, it is not possible to move on. So currently we are doing the Vibhishan Gita. We'll chant the Vibhishan Gita together, right? Let's try and learn the Vibhishan Gita. In fact, if you are a good artist, why don't you draw a chariot and stick it where you can see it with all the 24. Yes, there are some 24 virtues which the Vibhishan Gita talks about. And keep doing manan on those virtues. If you cannot do manan on 24 virtues, take one virtue at a time. See, ये जो शास्त्र है, all these scriptures that we read, initially when I started, I used to tell people that I'm a storyteller and this is Ramayana is just a book, because that was the first scripture that I took some 4.5 years back, original scriptures. But while reading this, I realized that unknowingly or knowingly, a certain form of transformation is happening within me. Something which is not my doing, something that is happening without any effort. It still is happening. Every day, every minute, there is some sort of work which is going on within me. Am I doing that work? Definitely not. I'm definitely not doing this work. Then who is? Who is a question, right? Koi to hai who has been working on me. And that person has been working on all of us. Some of us notice, some of us don't notice. Some of us resist, and some of us decide to go with the flow. I decided to go with the flow after a long, not resistance, but analysis, I would say. It all started long back. I've never shared this with anybody. But I remember when I was in Panchkini, I was expecting my first child, Shivain. He's currently 11. So almost 11 and a half, 12 years back, we were sitting at the viewpoint, me and my husband, we had gone there just to relax, before the child comes in. And we were sitting at the sunset or sunrise point I clearly remember I was sitting on a rock. And we were both just looking around. When suddenly somebody walked up to us and he said, would you like me to read your palm? My husband is averse all this, and I used to love it at that time. So I said, yes, why not? Please do read. And this person started reading my palm. And he went on and he said a lot of things. But the one thing that stuck to me was very, very, very precious, which I did not realize at that time. He looked at both of us, and luckily my husband was standing next to me, so I was not hallucinating. He looked at us and he looked at me specifically and he said, कि तुम्हें भगवान मिल जाएंगे. I said, okay. And तुम्हारे पति बहुत बड़ा मंदिर बनवाएंगे. And then he asked on, he said, have you come to Shirdi ever? He said, no, we have never come to Shirdi. Staying in Bombay, we had never visited a single pandal. He said, no, we used to pray. We really believed in the Lord. We had just taken to Satvik Ahar when we conceived our first son. And we had just taken up the first Ramayana, which we were reading together. But that was about it. We were very busy in our careers. So he said, Kabhi Shirdi aaye ho kya? And we said, no, we have never come to Shirdi before. So he said, Ana aur mujhse milna. Meet me when you come to Shirdi. So obviously, isn't it, you'll ask for a name card or an address. How would you just go looking for somebody without any contact details? So genuinely, we said, can you give us your name card? He said, you don't need a name card. When you come to Shirdi, just ask anyone, anywhere, where Shirdikar is. It was Shirdekar or Shirdikar. a little confusion there, but he said, just ask anybody, they will tell you and they will direct you to me. We forgot about that episode, and we had our child, and he grew up. He was 1.5 months when we said that we were supposed to go to Shirdi, isn't it? So we decided to go to Shirdi. And as naive as I was, I just went to one of the shop and I asked, so tell me, where is the Shirdikar? We want to meet him. He said, Shirdikar, do you have a card or something? I said, no. We met this person. He said, once you reach Shirdi, just ask anybody who Shirdikar is. They will direct you to me. And the person whom I had approached, the shopkeeper, he started smiling. He said, हमारी शिरडी में तो एक ही शिरडीकर है. And he pointed towards Shirdi Sai Baba's mandir. We did not know what to think about it. And to be very honest, we did not think about it too much. ठीक है? We left Shirdi. And years went by. And then it just so happened that we went to Vrindavan. Now again we visited Vrindavan. At that time, our child was around 2.5 years old. And we stayed in a hotel with our family. We did the darshan of Bake Bihari, and it was a beautiful 3-4 days we spent. But then when we were about to leave, something stopped me. Something stopped me, and it said that we cannot leave Vrindavan as yet. And I told Nirmal कि अभी ऐसा लगा ही नहीं कि हम वृंदावन आके जा रहे हैं. There is something left to be done. So we have to stay behind. So he said, is it? And I told my father-in-law, I said, I want to stay in an ashram. It did not feel like I've come to Vrindavan. And he being so kind, he went around and he took us to Akhandanandji's ashram. He said, I've talked. You can stay here as long as you want. So me, Nirmal, and Shivain, who was very small at that time, and they left the driver with us, and they all went back to my 2 more children, Brijesh and Utkarsh, my Jetutis, they were there. They all went to Jaipur. And we stayed in Akhandanandji's ashram, and we would go and meditate in Akhandanandji's kutia. Till one day, the then head of Akhandanandji ashram suddenly stood up and he said, this couple who is sitting in front of me is a unique couple. And he went on to say that this kind of a couple, Nar or Narayan, Nari or Narayan, they are rare who walk on the path together. And mind you, I was not so much into the path at that time. Nor was I so much into the path. And Sai Baba had come. And he suddenly got up and he ran towards his bookstore. He ran towards his bookstore and he started removing a lot of books and handing them over to me. And Nirmal was looking. And to be very honest, I was brought up abroad. So my Hindi at that time, though was good, was readable, but it was not that good. And he started handing me over books in Hindi. So Nirmal said suddenly, he said, stop, Swamiji. Kindly give her books in English. She would prefer to read in English because she won't be able to read such thick books in Hindi. Swamiji just smiled and he said, Chinta mat karo. Ye padegi. Beta. And he turned to me and he said, Beta, padna aur chitti likhna. Tum padhogi. So without anything else, we took the books and we came. Time went by. Gradually, I think in a very little time, we shifted to Dubai. And there are more things that happened. We'll talk about it later. And it just so happened that I did not join the corporate world again. Yeah. An ambitious person who would run after name, fame and money did not join the corporate world. It was not my choice, definitely. It just happened. Situations so happened that I did not join. In spite of so much of, So I did not join. Time went by, came across Bal Vihar, started sitting with my little son, who was just 2.5, 3, in the class. Till one day, Vrinda auntie, I came with a story, and Vrinda auntie said, "Why don't you tell the story?" I said, "Me? Tell the story?" My favorite story, my first story on the spiritual path, the date seat story. And she said, "Why don't you tell the story?" I said, "Okay." I narrated the story and I looked at her and I said, "But I do not know how to analyze it." She said, "Don't worry. You just tell the stories, I'll analyze it." What made her do this? God only knows. What was she pushing me towards? I did not know. Till I started telling stories. She started analyzing it, and gradually she let me analyze it. And then one fine day, 4.5 years back, this lady who sat through the class said, "You have to do the same thing for us." I said, "No, I just narrate to the children. I cannot narrate to the elders." And at that time, I had for the first time picked up the original text, because I thought, if I'm reading so much, why should I not read the original text? And I started reading the original text, and she insisted. And that is how I said, "Okay, I'll start the narration. Prabhu Kripa, Prabhu Ichha." And instead of sitting anywhere else, something compelled me to just take the asan. I took the asan and started reading the original text, narrating. I had never known that I would be doing this. Not in my wildest dreams had I imagined. But there was something that always knew. And when I go back sometimes and I tell you more of it, I've just told you 3 episodes. And now when I look back, I realize that although we always thought that things are in our control, they are not. We are already destined to be where we are supposed to be. Our journey is not only of this birth, our journey is of the births previous to this also. And if we are vigilant enough, indications are given. Today is a special day where a lot of sages got realization or were born. And today's day, I can tell you that all those sages, they exist. They are there amidst us, talking to us, leading us, and they know a lot more than we do. So rather than analyzing and resisting, the beauty of it is to surrender and just be. Go with the flow. Prabhu Ichha, Prabhu Kripa. Had I known that I'd be sitting here? No. I had never known that I would be sitting here. But it feels right. It does feel right. It feels like I'm in a place where I want to be. Totally where I want to be. This is a place where I feel that I belong. At peace. And I'm not analyzing anymore. I'm just being. Now, let's go into Vibhishan Gita. Why did I tell you all this? Is to stop resisting. Stop getting scared of the unknown. Because we always feel that we know, right? But ultimately, there is somebody who knows, somebody who is in control, somebody who is leading us through a path. The path is always unknown to our limited vision. But having that belief that the sages know, the gurus know, God knows, and He is in control, relaxes me enough and should be able to relax everybody enough And we should be able to focus on what we are doing today. Let's chant the Vibhishan Gita. रावनु रथि बिरथ रघुवीरा देखहि विभीषण भयहु अधीरा अधिक प्रीति मन भासंदेह बंधी चरण कह सित स्नेहा नाथ नरथ नहीं तन पद त्राणा केहि विधि जीतब बीर बलवाना सुनहु सका कह कृपा निधाना जहि जय होय सो स्यंदन आना सौरज धीरज तेहि रथ चाका सत्यशील दृढ़ ध्वजा पताका बल विवेक दम परहित घोड़े क्षमा कृपा सम तार जुझोड़े ईशन भजनु सारथी सुजाना बिरति चरम संतोष कृपाना दान परशु बुद्धि शक्ति प्रचंडा बरबे ज्ञान कठिन को दंडा अमल अचल मन त्रोण समाना समजम नियम सीली मुख नाना कवच अभेद विप्र गुरु पूजा एहि सम विजय उपाय न दूजा सखा धर्ममय असरत जाके जीतन कह न कथहु रिपुता के महा अजय संसार रिपु जीति सकै सो बीर जाके असरत होय दृढ़ सुनहु सका मति धीर. बस ये रथ, this is the chariot you need to win any battle in life, to win anything in life. Please remember this chariot, these 24 virtues. Ramji is saying that I have these 24 virtues. I have nurtured them. I have practiced them. And now they are going to sprout. When I need them the most, they are ready for me. Now they are going to sprout. And we talked about Sauraj, Dheeraj, right? And we are going to go on. But before that, we talked about Dharma. We all confuse Dharma with our duties. Dharma is not duties, it is beyond that. Yes, we all have duties as individuals. We play multiple roles. But we should not forget our Dharma. Our Satchit Anand Swarup is my Dharma. Being established in my Satchit Anand Swarup is my Dharma. Speed and focus and direction are also very important. Why this chariot? The chariot has to move with speed, focus in the right direction. No amount of effort done in the wrong direction or in the opposite direction will not lead you or take you to the destination. Stop, think, analyze. Am I going towards the direction I want to go towards? Otherwise, your efforts would be futile. And over here, we talked about 3 things. Speed and focus, yes. But other than that, the 3 P's that are Prarthana, Prayatna and Pratiksha. In Prayatna, we talk about dedication, discipline and determination. Right? In the right direction. After that, we moved on to Sauraj. Sauraj is courage. Courage is what? Courage comes from within. Courage does not depend on your possessions or your external strength. Courage is something that is deep there within each and every one of us. Many a times, the situation brings out our courage, isn't it? But Why can't we, through our own effort and Prabhu Kripa, of course, work on nurturing that courage so that it is a constant companion? And then there is what? Dheeraj, fortitude. Dheeraj is needed, right? Calm and composed mind. No matter what knowledge you have, if your mind is not calm and composed, you won't be able to use it at that time. As nowadays we are using a lot of gadgets to be connected, isn't it? Chodo and gadgets ko. Right now is the time to connect to yourself. We are actually not making the best use of the situation. Even when in a lockdown we are trying to reach out. Reach out. Good. Reach out. But even before the lockdown, the journey was about reaching within. Right now, we have an opportunity. Reach within. Go within. Sit alone. Do manan, chintan. Think. Dwell in that Satchit Anand Swarup. It is okay to reach out, but limit it, please. Use this opportunity to reach within. Compose your mind. Calm your mind down. A calm and composed mind is what is needed. It is a barrier, isn't it? See, when you go to Rishikesh, it's a beautiful place. I wish I was there right now, but my heart is always there. So when you go to Rishikesh, if you go in a rainy season, Ma Ganga is actually flowing and there is so much of mud in her that you cannot see the base. But suppose you go back in January or in December when it is not raining heavily and Ma Ganga is flowing and the mud and all is not in her, you can actually see the base. Yes, if you drop a coin, you'll be able to see the coin. She's lush, blue, green, clear. But during the rainy season, she is brown and she's rushing and gushing. Nothing can be seen. In fact, if you put your legs in, she will take you with her and go. All this journey, all these spiritual scriptures, everything, they are just helping stabilize your mind. They are just trying to just calm your mind. All the knowledge is not outside there. Mark my words. Bahar kuch nahi hai. Everything is within you. We are all knowing. Just like the date seed has the entire date palm, we are complete with all the spiritual knowledge, all the material knowledge, everything that we need to know. If the Lord would have put an entire palm tree in that seed, wouldn't He put the entire knowledge of this universe in us? It is there. But two things are stopping us. One, we are looking outside and seeking. We have to look within and seek. Direction has to be within. We have to direct our senses within. And second, our thoughts are so muddy. So many vices, so many things going on in our mind, it is like a khichdi of things that we are not able to look at the base. We are not able to look at our Satchidanand Swarup. When Ma Ganga calms down, you can see the base, you can drop a coin, you can see the fish going around in Ma Ganga. The same way, these scriptures, these chanting, all the prayers have only one goal: to calm your chanchal mind down. Purify it, clean it, shine it, so that you can see the self revealed. Everything is here, nothing is outside. Sab andar hai. So, Ramji says, what I need is not outside. What I need is within. I am ready to fight this battle. It took the entire Ramayana till we reached Lanka Kand for Sri Ram to say that I am ready to fight this battle. I don't need anything that is outside of me. Mark it. He's saying I don't need anything that is outside of me to win a battle. I am complete in myself. I am complete. They say, right? Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I am complete. I am Purna. We are complete. We are Purna. Vibhishan Gita सिर्फ इतना ही बता रही है. And it is telling us how we can realize this by working on these 24 virtues. And mind you, कोई भी एक virtue उठा लीजिए. One virtue picked up, and if you work on it consciously, all the other 23 will follow. There is no other way. One leads to the other, one is connected to other. It is all but one. Pick up one and consciously work towards it. You can decide. As we finish, you can decide which virtue you want to work on. And trust me, one by one, all the virtues will start trickling in without your knowing. ऐसा होता है. We don't control anything. But we can try to direct our thoughts, direct our mind towards the Lord, towards the virtues, towards purification. We can't control the situation. We can't control the people outside. We can't control what we have, what we don't have. We can't control so many things. But we fret over those things and we don't focus on the things which we might be able to control. With Prabhu Kripa, I can choose to be happy today. I can choose to be calm today. I can choose to be giving today. I can choose to be loving today. I can choose not to get angry today. I can. With Hari Kripa, don't forget this. Hari Kripa ke saath, I can choose. So work on what you can choose to and what you might be able to control. Leave what you can't control. सीधी सी बात है. And see your stress and depression levels disappear. Your anxiety will go away. कोशिश करके देखिए. ऐसा होता है. This is the reality. Please try. Please try. So Sauraj, Dheeraj, Tehi Rath Chaka. These are the wheels. And what does Sri Ram go on to say? Satyashil Drid Dhwaja Pataka. Every chariot has that Dhwaja and Pataka, right? The flag which denotes something. Every country has a flag. Every chariot has a flag. So he said, my flag, what I stand for, is shown in these two flags. What is my Dhwaja Pataka is? So Satya and Shil. And not only simple Satya and Shil. He is saying Satya Shil Drid Dhwaja Pataka. Drid Satya, Drid Shil. I am established in Satya. I am established in Shil. What is Satya? Truthfulness? Is it as simple as truthfulness? Let me ask you. So truthfulness to the self or truthfulness to others? Or both? Both, right? We have to be truthful to ourselves. We have to be truthful to others. Let's take it a step forward. Truthfulness only in words or deeds or actions? Not all, right? All. Truthfulness in thought, word and deed. These all have to be aligned. जो मैं सोचूंगा वही मैं बोलूंगा और जो मैं बोलूंगा वही मैं करूंगा. Whatever I think, I shall speak, and whatever I speak, I shall do. There will be no deviance in it. It can be dangerous. See, right now we use words and words are futile. Let me tell you that. Words are totally futile and useless. To convey the message of this Lord, words are futile. Sometimes I fail to understand कैसे समझाऊं, because there is so much beyond these words which I want to share with all of you. But this is a medium. This is the only medium we have. So for all of you to connect, go beyond this medium of words. Feel from your heart. Because only what comes from the heart will go to the heart. Ask yourself, am I one in thought, word, and deed? Would I be ashamed if somebody could read my thoughts? Think. Would I be ashamed if somebody could read my thoughts? If that is the case, then you should not have those thoughts at all, right? Purify your thoughts. Work on your thought level. When your thoughts are good, your words would be kind, and when your words are kind, your actions would be generous. The alignment of thought, word, and deed is very, very important. And this thought, word, and deed should not be only aligned when I'm dealing with somebody else, but it should be aligned to myself also. Many a times, we are truthful to other people. It is easier, let me put it this way, it is easier to be truthful to other people, right? To be truthful to people who are sitting in front of us. But it is very difficult to be truthful to the self. Many a times we deceive ourselves. We delude ourselves. We know what is to be done, but we do not do it. Don't we? We lie to ourselves. So fully, Dhrida Satya, like Ramji said, I am established in Vrisatya, total truth. I am true to myself, I am true to others, and I am one in thought, word, and deed. I don't sway. Raghukul read sada chali aayi, pran jaye par vachan na jaye. For that, what do you have to do? कम बोलो, सोच के बोलो. वाणी एक अनमोल है, जो कोई बोले जानी. ये तराजू तोल कर फिर मुख बाहर आनी. जितनी जरूरत है, speak only as much as you need to speak. Don't just speak for the sake of speaking. You know, a lot of energy goes when you talk. This energy can be diverted in other ways also. And it is true. We have seen people who are not gifted with the speech, or who are not gifted with eyes, who are not gifted with something or the other, but they have been gifted, they're specially gifted with sixth sense there. They have other energies. They have other. God is not unjust. If He takes away something from you, He'll give you more. They have another sense which is sharpened. Don't use your senses liberally. Don't hear what is not supposed to be heard. Don't go where you're not supposed to go. Don't talk until and unless it is totally needed. Don't talk for the sake of talking. Don't talk for the sake of socializing. Don't talk for the sake of time pass. बोर हो रहे थे, तो हमने सोचा चलो बात कर लेते. Don't do it. Because to uphold this virtue of truthfulness, like Ramji, when he says, Raghukul read sada chali aayi, pran jaye par vachana na jaye, you have to be very careful about what you're saying. So, when he says Dhrida Satya, he's true to himself, he's true to others, he's one in thought, word, and deed, and he weighs his words before he talks. हम कर सकते हैं? हाँ, कर सकते हैं. मेहनत लगेगी तो क्या हुआ? अभी तो we are in a situation where we can implement it very nicely. So, truthfulness. And you will say that in today's world, if we are truthful, we will not reach anywhere, no? Always remember, a truth always wins. You might debate or disagree, but this is my firm belief that we don't lose because we have been truthful. We lose because we have just not been big liars, or we have not lied completely, or we have told a white lie. See, a lie is a lie is a lie, whether it's big, small, or white, or it has been said to help somebody. झूठ झूठ होता है. So when what we are doing right now, we are seeing a battle between a bigger lie and a smaller lie. A lie said for a certain occasion and a lie said for a certain situation. So the battle which we see around the world today is between a lie and a lie. So obviously, when the battle is between a lie and a lie, the bigger lie wins. Now let's change it. If the battle is between truth and lie, okay? When truth is fighting with lie, you might see that when a truthful person is fighting with a liar, when the battle is between truth and lie, for a very long time, probably it might seem that the lie is winning. But eventually, in the long run, no matter how strong a lie is, it cannot defeat truth. Truth will always win. See, the lie has a habit of running, okay? It is said, there's a beautiful quote which I came across. It says that the lie has run across the entire globe 3 times by the time truth has just put on his shoes. Because a truthful person does not see the need to justify. Truth does not need to be justified. Truth comes naturally. Lie requires a lot of effort. When you lie, you have to remember what you have said to whom, right? But for truth, there is no effort required. And whether you like it or not, truth is natural to us. When we talk about Sat Chit Anand, truth is our quality. We do not have to work too hard to embrace it. It is our nature. But unfortunately, because of excessive conditioning, we assume that lie is our nature, and to come back to truthfulness is going to take a lot of effort. ऐसा नहीं है. I am truth. I am bliss. I am eternal. मैं सत्य हूँ. And how do we say that the Lord is truth? The Lord is truth because He's always there. He's always the same. It does not change. Lord is the only constant in our life. Everything else changes. Everything else is a passing cloud. Even the situation today one day will go away. The people we know today might become strangers to us. The people we love so much we might not love anymore. We as individuals will change and age, but that one thing that does not change is that truth about the Lord. Lord is eternal. He is, He was, and He always will be there. That is Satya. And whenever you get confused, whenever you look around, whenever it becomes overwhelming, connect to that truth. The minute you connect to truth, the minute you connect to yourself, all these disturbing, passing pictures will disappear. Because if He is eternal, so am I. And my nature is truthfulness in thought, word, and deed, to others and to myself. Truth comes naturally to me. I am truth. दृढ़ सत्य. मैं सत्य हूँ. And when you walk on that path of truthfulness, there will be an aura surrounding you. Nobody will be able to miss it, because truthfulness comes with a lot of power. It gives you a lot of power. It conserves a lot of energy. Try it. Try being established in truth for this week. No matter what, I will be truthful. No matter what, I will not open my mouth unnecessarily. No matter what, I am not going to run after a lie to justify it. See, a lie needs explanation. Truth does not need any explanation. Truth is. Lie never is. Why fight with a lie by creating another lie? That is a message to everybody. We feel that to exist, we need to cut lie with a lie. That is wrong. Always it will lead you into troubles and problems. Never leave truth, no matter how difficult a situation might get. If you make one promise to yourself today, make the promise of truthfulness. Then he goes on to say, Drid Sheel. What is Sheel? Sheel is a beautiful, the word Sheel gives you calmness, isn't it? Sheel, calm, composed, quiet, a beautiful nature. When the nature is so beautiful, a person is so calm. Sheel is good. It calms. It's a soothing character. Sheel swabhav, we say many a times to describe somebody, right? Uska swabhav kitta sheel hai. Look at Ramji. When they told him, you have to sit on the throne tomorrow, he said, okay. And the next day morning, when his coronation ceremony was to take place, they told him, you won't be sitting on the throne. You will be thrown into the jungle for 14 years. He said, "Theek hai." Sheel. There, he did not resist or revolt. Ki, I don't want to sit on the throne. He said, "Theek hai." But today, when he was being sent to the jungle, he did not resist and revolt or curse or blame. He said, "Theek hai." Sheel swabhav. Did he shout at Ma Kekai? Did he blame Maharaja Dashrath? Did he go around, doubting his brothers? No. Calm, quiet, composed, loving. Sheel swabhav. When you think of Ramji, it calms you, isn't it? See, all these people that we talk in our scriptures are real. They have lived on this earth. They have walked the same path that we are walking. But their reactions to the situations were different. In the worst of situations, they did not lose their composure. In the worst of situation, with the worst of people, they did not become bitter or judgmental. They were the same calm, quiet, composed people. Drid Sheel. And Ramji proved it. Through all the adversities, ups and downs that he was going through, he never left his composure. The character remained stable. The nature remained beautiful and calm. His heart remained loving always. Be it Bali or Sugriv, he did not see any difference in them. He blessed both alike. He acted as he was supposed to, but without being attached to his actions. जैसे ही हम doership लाते हैं ना, कर्ता भाव, the minute we become the doers and the bhoktas, or the people who consume, or the people who are going to get the fruit, that is where the agitation starts. Ramji never thought that he was the doer, and he never thought he wanted the fruits of his action. He let the Lord be. We'll say, oh, Ramji was Lord, but see, he lived a normal life. Till the very end, in the battle, he did not think that he was the Lord. Just like us, isn't it? We know that that same energy, that same source is within us also. But we refuse to acknowledge it, or we don't even work towards it. When you start harboring your virtues or nurturing them, slowly some magic will happen within you. And that magic is not like you'll have wings or you'll have horns on your head. Not that kind of a magic. Something in you will blossom. And that blossoming will happen so beautifully, slowly and unknowingly. And when the fragrance starts coming out, you will feel, Hare, what happened? क्या हुआ? राम जी हुए. When we say, na, Radhe Krishna, Hamare Dham Padharo, we are just welcoming them to reveal themselves from within us. They are there in us. But we have hidden them under the veils of all the conditioning and vices. Unveil it, and they will reveal. When we see these stories that we hear, when Vibhishan asked Hanumanji, when Hanumanji was given a gift, Sita Ma said, nobody is giving any gift to my Hanuman, and I want to gift him something. Is it not possible that in my Sabha Hanuman won't get anything? Ramji told her, don't give him anything, you'll regret. Sita Ma said, no, I won't listen to you. How is it possible that my Hanuman won't get anything? And she gave him what? She gave him her most precious necklace. Every money, every bit of that necklace was, every stone on that necklace was equivalent to one Brahmand, the value of that stone. But Hanumanji took it, he went to a corner and he sat and he started looking at it. And when he looked, he saw that nothing is there. He crushed it, he threw it away. He crushed it, he threw it away. One by one, he started destroying every money, every precious stone, and Vibhishan could not take it. And he came running and he said, my goodness, they have given you something that you don't even value. Do you even know what it is? The value of this necklace is beyond your imagination. Hanuman, stop. What are you doing? Hanumanji said, this is not valuable for me. Vibhishan said, what do you mean? See, I am looking for Ram and Sita in this necklace, and in every bead I am trying to find them, and maybe they are inside. I am trying to crush and find them, but there is no Ram and Sita in this necklace, so it is useless. So that is why I am just trying to figure out where. Probably if Ma Sita is given, I am sure she must be present somewhere, but she is not. And Sita Ma was red with embarrassment. She realized what Ramji was saying. To a person like Hanumanji, does this material thing have any value? To any of us, should these material things matter so much? Where we live, what we do, how we dress, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? But what happens is, we get so involved in this material maya that we forget that the true search is for the self. This Manushya Jeevan is very rare. After so many births, we have got this limited amount of time to find the Lord, which is dwelling nowhere other than my own heart. But we are wasting it away on these material things. See, money lost will come back. Things lost will come back. But this time, if it goes away, it will never come back. ये मनुष्य जन्म तो वापस नहीं मिलेगा आसानी से. And with this Manushya Jeevan, the Lord has given everything to us in a platter, isn't it? All those people who are listening today, you have everything in a platter. What has He not given you? Do you have to think about tomorrow's meal? हाँ ठीक है, about what you want to cook is a different story, but what you will eat, will you get food or not? इतना सोचना पड़ता है. Do you have to think where you will sleep tomorrow? Will you have this roof over your head or not? Do you have to think that, my God, my clothes are so worn out, probably tomorrow they won't be able to help cover me? God has given us so much on a platter. These are all our punyas. And if we wash away our punyas, or we ruin our punyas, or we just let go of our punyas, reveling in materialism, it would be such a shame. इतने जन्मों का पुण्य, इतने जन्मों की तपस्या for this human birth. And this human birth is an instrument to reach to that Lord. And we waste it. मत करो ऐसा. अभी भी समय चेत जाओ. Awaken, arise, and don't stop now. The nature has given you a jolt. Everything around has started to crumble. Still, if you don't awaken, how will He wake you up then? The Lord has still not given up on us. Don't make Him. So Hanumanji and Vibhishan are talking, and the Lord says, Vibhishan asks, so tell me, Hanuman, do Ram and Sita exist in your heart? If you're saying, none of these beads have Ram and Sita, show me Ram and Sita in your heart. Do you have Ram and Sita in your heart? And that time Hanumanji got up. He dropped everything else. He took his nails, with his nails, that is the depiction they give, with his nails, he just opened up his heart. Opened up his chati, chati cheer di unne, and then he showed Ram and Sita within. And when I talk to the children, I tell them, what do you see? They say Ram and Sita. And in Ramji's heart, what do you see? Hanuman. And Hanumanji's heart, what do you see? Ram and Sita. And Ramji's heart, what do you see? Hanuman. And it goes on. We are so intermingled. In us lives the Lord, and in Lord we live. There is no distance to cover. छाती चीर के हनुमान जी ने दिखा दिया, देखो मेरे हृदय में श्री राम है. And it is only not in his heart, his being, that Sri Ram and Sita exist. Ma Sita and Sri Ram exist in each and every one of us. But do we have that in us to reveal them with such confidence like Hanumanji? Do we? Can we? Or rather, do we want to? Over here he says, right? Sheel hai. Ramji was equal to everybody. हनुमान जी का शील देखो ना. राम जी तो ठीक है, उनके गुरु थे. हनुमान जी, when he wanted to cross the ocean, he asked Jamban, आप मुझे गाइड कर दीजिए. Hanuman ji, who took that Virat Swaroop, he knows everything, who buddhiman hai, he knows everything, but he turns to Jamban, his guru, and he says, please you tell me what to do. And what all has to be done over there? He did not say that I have the power, I have the might, so I know, rest nobody knows. Nahi. If he would have done that, he would not have been Sheel. See, that is what it does. A little knowledge gets ego and it takes away our Sheel. Then we feel that we know everything, we do not have to listen to anybody. Hanumanji and our scriptures teach us how you have to behave when you have knowledge. The more the knowledge, the humbler you become. The more the knowledge, the more the lower you bow. Have you seen a tree? When the tree has no fruits, it stands erect, right? But just imagine an apple tree full of fruits, totally full of fruits. Its branches go down, the tree bows. So if you are full of those blissful fruits of knowledge, should you be standing erect or should you be bowing down? A grounded person, a Sheel person, a humble person, a saral person. And that person would not even know. Always remember, this is the minute you think you are down to earth, you are not. The minute you think you are simple, you are not. The minute you think you are humble, you are not. Because when all this will happen, you would not even realize. Aisa hai. Keep it in mind. And how do you judge? See, people could be very nice and very amazing to you. But how do you know whether that person is truly Sheel and truly nice and truly kind? Observe. All these scriptures are teaching us how to live in this world, isn't it? Because this world is nothing but the Lord. कहाँ भाग के जाओगे? As many of the sages say, jungle तो हमने छोड़े ही नहीं है. We have cut all the forest. Even if you want to go, there is no forest left. Even the poor animals have to come out now. There is nowhere to go. This entire world is Hari. And Hari में रम जाओ. इस संसार में रमो पर कैसे? How do you live in this world? Sri Ram ji teaches us. ना जग छोड़ो ना हरि भूलो, ना जग छोड़ो ना हरि भूलो, करम कर जिंदगानी में, जियो दुनिया में यो जैसे कमल रहता है पानी में. Observe, keep your eyes open. Be in the company of Sheel. How will you know whether a person is Sheel or not? You will know. Observe how you or the other person talk when they are talking to superiors, when they are talking to people who are of your level, and how they change and their tone changes when they are talking to people of an inferior level. A spiritual person will not change when he is talking to all three kind of people. For him, all three are divine, all three are God, all three are nothing but that Parabrahma. And if your tone changes when you're talking to a neighbor because you have no control on him, and when you're talking to your children, that means abhi Delhi bahut dur hai, bahut mehnat karni hai. See, you do not need different distant benchmarks to see how much or how far you have walked on your spiritual journey. My benchmark is simple. If I'm still shouting at my children for no fault of theirs, as a mother I have to do my duty. But if I am not minding my words when I'm talking to my family or people who cannot retaliate or do something, that means I'm not spiritually elevated. Simple. Simple analysis. You do not have to say कि सिद्धि मिली, रिद्धि मिली. अरे, this जवान जो होती है ना, this tongue, controlling this tongue is siddhi enough, riddhi enough. It is a miracle enough. When you are able to give the same respect to your gardener and the same love and respect to a waiter and the same respect to your boss, it is a miracle, it is a siddhi. When you are able to control your temper when you're talking to a neighbor because you cannot say anything wrong, it would not be taken well. And when you can control your temper and your words when you're talking to your husband or your children, that is siddhi enough. That is a magic, that is miracle, that is a test. That is a test. Simple test of how Sheel you are, how kind you are, and where have you reached, how much have you cleansed. कोई बात नहीं हो तो don't worry, don't give up. Go back and work on yourself again. Practice, 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 practice till you reach. As we said, right? A master has fallen and tried more times than a beginner has even done it once. Most of these people, if you look at the sports people, for instance, the other day I was reading about somebody, I don't have it with me right now. He said, there are so many goals that I've missed. There are so many practices that in which I did not do well. If he was a soccer player, there are so many, there was a goal where he's supposed to kick, and if he does not kick in that goal, the entire team loses. He says, that also I've done. But I kept on trying, I kept on working on myself. Hence, I am successful. So, it is okay to fall, it is okay to falter, it is okay till you are willing to get up and work on it again, till you are aware that a mistake has been made and you need to correct it. But then don't go overboard with awareness. Many people say that I am in awareness. That is not enough. You are in awareness and something wrong has happened, but then what do you do to correct it? Sheel. So, how do you judge? Don't judge, sorry, wrong word. Sheel. How do I see and assess whether I am Sheel or not? Various examples we have discussed. And these examples are there in our daily life. Sheel Swabhav. Then he says, so these two, Satya and Sheel, right? And be very careful. You might say that if I am truth, I might be blunt and then I won't be Sheel. No. Satya bolo, meetha bolo, katu satya mat bolo. That does not mean that you don't tell the truth. Find a way of presenting the same thing properly. Two people were arguing, okay? Two people were arguing. And one person, the other person, one person, the other person, and the argument blew out of proportion. And when A and B were asked. He said, I was telling the truth. He did not listen. Agreed. They were both truthful, okay? There was nothing wrong in what they were saying. But the way it was being said and the timing was wrong. So next time around, again an argument started. Over here, Mr. B decided to be quiet. He just listened to Mr. A. Mr. A finished talking. He calmed down because, tali to do haath se bajti hai. One person is shouting, the other is quiet. How long will the argument go on for? And later on, when Mr. A became very quiet, Mr. B went and sat down and very nicely conveyed his point of view. And Mr. A realized, he said, oh my goodness, I did not understand. What you were saying is right. And Mr. B said, yes, I know. What you were saying is also right. It is all right. This is my point of view. That is your point of view. Finish off. No argument happened. So if you say that I am truthful and I have to say my truth, no. Use your common sense. It is possible to be truthful. It is possible to be calm and shield. It is possible to be kind. All are possible at the same time if you weigh your words, if you weigh the situation, if you think before you talk. So Ramji over here says, Satyashil Drid Dvaja Pataka. So my two wheels are, what are the two wheels? One wheel is Swaraj, the other wheel is Dhiraj. That is, one wheel is courage, the other wheel is fortitude. How is my chariot going on these wheels? The chariot is my Dharmrath. I am established in Dharm, that is my Satchidanand Swarup. I walk with focus and speed in a particular direction, which is taking me to where I want to be. Then he says, these four horses, Bal, Vivek, Dam and Parahit Ghode. Bal, Vivek, Dam, Parahit Ghode. Shama, Kripa, Samta, Raju Jode. Now he goes on to say, Bal, Vivek, Dam, Parahit Ghode. What is Bal? Strength. What is strength? Bodily strength? Mental strength? Emotional strength? Character strength? All these are strength, right? All these strengths are very important. Strength of knowledge, strength of body and physical strength, inner strength, the strength of dharma. All these are strengths. But if you were to choose only one strength, what strength would that be? So do you want to be strong outside or strong inside? There's a beautiful story I was listening to in the morning. And in that story it says that one sage was sitting in the jungle and he was meditating. There was nobody else in the jungle when suddenly he heard rock solid footsteps coming towards him. And he said, who is this, suddenly in the jungle? And he looked up and he saw a strong built person, carrying a big basket of fruits. He was muscular and strong, probably 6'4", and is walking. And he was probably going to his campsite or somewhere. So the sage looked at him and then he said, okay, it's okay, I'll go back to my meditation. But by the time he saw that the strong 6'4" person was being approached by monkeys, and the monkeys started, glaring at him, clawing at him, making sounds which were very scary, and what they were eyeing was the basket. Now this man tried to protect his basket, but he was getting very scared. He got so scared that finally he just dropped his fruit basket and he ran in the opposite direction to save himself. Now these monkeys were very happy. They took the basket and they started eating. And the sage looked at it and then suddenly he said, okay, fine. And he was about to go back to his meditation when he saw a small little boy not more than 5 or 6 years old, very skinny and lanky. He came running and shouting and chasing, and he ran towards the monkeys. He chased them, he shouted at them, and the monkeys got so scared that they ran away in all directions, leaving the fruit basket there. The monkeys ran away in all directions, and this boy sat down there with the fruit basket and he started eating the fruits. When he started eating the fruits, he said, he was enjoying his fruits, and the sage was looking. He said, the Lord does everything around us to teach us something. Start looking at the world like this, like the sage does. He said, what does this teach me today? The strong man running away, the small little boy scaring away the monkeys. What is the lesson today? The lesson is that although the man had all the strength, he got scared. He had fear within. And although the boy had no strength, physical strength, he was fearless. And all the animals can sense us, right? Not only the animals, everything around us senses our aura. Yes? We feel, right? Many a times we say, I don't know why that person does not behave properly with me. I have never uttered a wrong word to him. You might not have uttered a wrong word to that person, but what is going on in your mind for that person? How much negativity are you harboring towards him? We feel, again, that's what I say, words are futile. Words are not the only medium. Words we have to use because we have not powered or energized our senses enough to communicate otherwise. Otherwise, we know telepathy, right? Otherwise, we just know sometimes. But we don't give power to that. So words, so you never uttered anything wrong in words, but what have you been feeling about that person? What have you been thinking about that person? So you are throwing away negative energy in the environment, and that is reaching that person. Right? So there is a lot of strength in your mind and what you think. There is so much strength within. It is far more powerful than the external bodily strength. So this strength has to be harbored. Strengthen yourself. So when Ramji is talking about Bal, I feel more than any of the other strengths, he is talking about the strength within. He says, I from within, I am rock solid, stable. I am strong. I don't sway. I might or might not have a bow or, the best of weapons or a chariot or an armor. But I am strong within. I am stable within. My emotions are in my control. I don't say anything negative. I don't do anything negative. I don't harbor any vengeance towards anybody. All I give to everybody is love and peace. My aura is such that it is strong. This is the strength he is talking about. I am strong and stable within. We have heard stories. I don't know why it is hard for us to believe, or why do we feel that they can achieve that state we can't. We have heard that when Buddha used to sit, the lions and the sheep together would drink from the same lake. Together. Or they would sit side by side when Sri Buddha would meditate. What was it? It was the strength of his aura. Strengthen your aura. And then see, you do not need muscles to fight a lion, or you do not need muscles to tame an elephant. We have heard stories about Prahlad and how a mad elephant or a vicious snake, everything became tame when they came to his vicinity. When they came within the circle of his aura. He had his strength. He was just 5 years old. Buddhaji, was he a very strong person? No, his strength was his inner strength. Strength of purity. Bal. So Ramji is saying, I am strong. I have the strength. And one of my horse is this strength. Strength from within. And his aura, just imagine the aura of Ramji. See, we can enlarge our aura. Do you know that? We all have an aura around us. That is why when some people stand too close to us or come into the circle of our aura, we feel uncomfortable. And through these scriptures, chanting, reading, praying, we can strengthen our aura and we can expand our aura. And when you start expanding your aura and it grows and it grows and it grows, for the sages it certainly goes beyond the world and it touches the universes. And when everything becomes a part of your own aura, is there anything as me or mine, you or yours? Is there anything which is not in your control? We see that people can lift plants just by the sight of it, just by looking at it. It is not that they are not there. Their aura has expanded so much. So over here, Ramji is saying, Bal, my strength is my aura, my inner strength, my inner resilience. I am strong. And nothing can break the circle of strength. So he says, one of my horse is Bal. Then he said, my second horse is Vivek. What is Vivek? Discrimination. Are we talking about the discrimination of caste, creed, color, race, gender? No. Our scriptures don't talk about any discrimination of that kind. There is nothing to do with caste, there is nothing to do with creed, there is nothing to do with races, there is nothing to do with gender in our scriptures, because our scriptures are beyond that. To understand, actually, to truly understand our scriptures, you have to leave caste, you have to leave creed, you have to leave color, you have to leave gender, you have to leave your dehabhan. You have to think beyond your body consciousness. You have to just be that energy and then read the scriptures. It is not me, Barkha, or it is not me, whoever, it is not me, the body, it's not me, the man, it's not me, the Hindu, it's not me, the Jain, it's not me, the Muslim, it's me, that divine. Because this is divine knowledge. Only a pure self can truly go to the depths and the secrets of these scriptures. As one guru told me, he said, when you sit in front of the scriptures, join your hands and tell them, please, please, please reveal your secrets to me. ये रहस्य है. Each and every word in our scripture is not less than a ratna. For that, you have to believe first. To experience their divinity, you have to believe. You have to walk. You have to take a dip to reach those deepest of pearls, isn't it? Sitting on the shore, you would not know. By my saying, you would not believe. So you'll have to walk. What better time than now? What better time than now? Tell me. Adverse situations, as somebody once said, increase our intensity. Increase the intensity of prayers. Right? When we truly want, we truly seek. तो ठीक है ना, कोई बात नहीं. Even if it is that kind of a push that you have, just use the push in the right direction. Just direct all your energies towards the Lord. And then see how the secrets of this beautiful, magnificent universe reveal themselves to you. So over here it says, my strength is, first horses, strength. Second is discrimination. And discrimination is not discriminating. He is right, he is wrong, that is good, that is bad. Nothing like that. Discrimination is also within. It is a state of being in full awareness and the ability to discriminate and differentiate. The biggest form of discrimination or vivek would be knowing the real from the unreal. Prabhu Satya Jagat Mithya. Some people might argue on to say कि जब प्रभु सत्य है तो उनका जगत भी सत्य है. No problem. प्रभु सत्य जगत मिथ्या, प्रभु सत्य जगत सत्य, प्रभु सत्य जगत भी प्रभु ही है. No problem. But learn to discriminate between what is jagat, what is prabhu. Your drishti. Discriminate. Try to figure out, am I looking at all the entire situation with a preconceived notion? Do I have a preconceived notion? Do I have a preconceived conditioning? Do I have a selective perception? Think. Vivek use karo. Am I seeing the situation as it is, or am I seeing the situation clouded by what I want to believe? Think. Discriminate. Vivek use karo. The discrimination has to be within. We have to discriminate our thoughts, words, deeds and action. We have to choose dharma from adharma, right from wrong, good from bad. There is a better way of living and we have to consciously move towards it. With Vivek. Socho. Use your Vivek to remove the veil of conditioning. Use your Vivek to remove the veil of preconceived notions. Use your Vivek to remove the veil of perceptions. As I always say, or as they always say, world is different to each individual because of our beautiful coloring that we put in it, right? पानी तेरा कैसा रंग जिसमें डालो वैसा रंग. Water takes the color of whatever you put in it. But when you remove the color, when you remove does the water have any taste or shape or form or color? It does not. Use your discrimination. When you look at the world with this kind of Vivek, your actions will change. Your beliefs will change. Your heart will change. When you start looking at everything as is, you will see divinity in everything. The minute you see divinity in everything, there will be a different energy that emerges. The universe will start working through you. And when this kind of a Vivek is one of your horse, of your chariot, just imagine how strong that chariot is. Vivek. We'll stop here. I wanted to go on, but we'll stick to the time, otherwise it'll become too much. So we have covered, what have we covered? We have covered Sauraj, Dheeraj. These are the two wheels. And then we went on to Dwaja Pataka. Those are the flags, that is Sheel and Truth. That is steadfastness in good and calm character, right? Steadfastness in good or calm character, and Sat, truthfulness. We discussed about that. Then we went on to describing the 4 horses of the chariot. We have touched only 2 today. Those are the Bal, strength and Vivek. Bal and Vivek. Right? What is it? Strength and discrimination. Next week, we'll go on to the other horses. And it is so amazing how things change. We'll try to go a little faster because around 3 years back, when we had done the Vibhishan Gita, we were able to finish the entire Vibhishan Gita in 4 sessions. And now when we are doing the Vibhishan Gita again, after 2.5 years, it suddenly feels like a treasure. And it is like a well of treasures. The more you dig, the deeper it gets. इससे निकलेंगे बाहर कैसे? But we have to complete it, right? We have to move on with our Bhagavatam. So we'll pick up pace from next class and try to finish more than we have been able to do. But it's all right. It does not matter how much we do or how fast we move on. What is most important is how much have you implemented in your own life? How much have you absorbed? Because see, these can be mere words and these can touch you and go away. But through your ears, through your eyes, they have to go deep within, into your heart, into your mind, into your very being, and become one with you. They say, right? If you don't have the time to read the entire scriptures, pick up any one line and internalize it. Every line has the full essence of the Vedas in it. And ये सत्य है. Just pick up anything that you liked in today's session and spend the entire week mulling over it, thinking over it, doing manan. And next week tell me, how was it? One truth leads to the other. One door leads to the other. And soon all the doors will start becoming open for you. Just try. Sing the bhajan. सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है, न हाथी है न घोड़ा है, वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है। सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है, न हाथी है न घोड़ा है, वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है। सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है, न हाथी है न घोड़ा है, वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है। सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, बुरा कीजिए बुरा होगा, बुरा भला कीजिए भला होगा, यही लिख लिख के क्या होगा, यही लिख लिख के क्या होगा, यही सब कुछ लुटाना है। सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है, तुम्हारे महल चौबारे यही रह जाएंगे सारे, तुम्हारे महल चौबारे यही रह जाएंगे चारे। अकड़ किस बात की प्यारे, अकड़ किस बात की प्यारे, यही ये सारे ये सर फिर भी झुकाना है। सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है, न हाथी है न घोड़ा है, वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है। सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, भला कीजिए भला होगा, बुरा कीजिए बुरा होगा, भला कीजिए भला होगा, बुरा कीजिए बुरा होगा, यही लिख लिख के क्या होगा, यही लिख लिख के क्या होगा, यही सब कुछ चुकाना है। सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है, न हाथी है न घोड़ा है, वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है। सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, सब यही रह जाएगा, ये महल, ये जो भी हमारे पास है, एंड दिस प्रीचिंग कि ये सच है ये झूठ है, वो भी सब यही है। See, everything we might say to people, we might show a different face, but we know, and He knows, and we have to pay for every misdeed here and go. And nothing is hidden from His divine eye. And the song goes on to tell us, it's a beautiful song. I can't sing it as well. I wish I had the voice, but nevertheless I want to sing it. And it goes on to say कि अभी भी समय है, अभी भी चेत जाओ, अभी भी जाग जाओ. Wake up even now. लड़कपन खेल में खोया, जवानी नींद भर सोया. लड़कपन खेल में खोया, जवानी नींद भर सोया. बुढ़ापा देख कर रोया, बुढ़ापा देख कर रोया. वही किस्सा पुराना है, सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो. खुदा के पास जाना है, न हाथी है न घोड़ा है, वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है. सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो, खुदा के पास जाना है. न हाथी है न घोड़ा है, वहाँ पैदल ही जाना है. सजन रे झूठ मत बोलो. Sri Ram also tells us, right? I don't need a chariot. I don't need anything to win the battle with Ravan. We also don't need anything apart from all these that Sri Ram is talking about. The entire journey is to move towards the self, isn't it? To move towards that divine. For that, we do not need any material wealth. We do not need to prove anything to anybody else. But we need to be vigilant. Time is going away. It ticks, whether you want it or not, it ticks. Tick, 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 tick. From adolescence, from the childhood to adolescence, from adolescence to youth, from youth to middle age, from middle age to old age, and from old age to... It will go on like that. Somebody asked, when is the best time to start? The best time to start is now. And for all the children who are listening, the best time for you also to start on the spiritual journey is now. Spirituality is not going to rob you of a normal life. It is going to make your life so beautiful. Trust me, it will. It will be as if, there are flowers all around you and they are blossoming and it is fragrance that you can smell. Take one step and He'll take 100 steps towards you. But please, take that first step, that one step, now. Now. Right now. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी अब जय बोलो हनुमान की। बोलो बजरंग बली की जय। जय श्री राम, जय हनुमान, जय श्री कृष्ण।